Hi, I'm David Mirza, online body transformation specialist, and I help successful 30-year-olds get in the best shape of their lives, sleep like babies, and take their training to the next level. So I've been playing around with nose strips for about 4 months now and mouth taping consistently for the past 90 days. So I wanted to make this video to talk about it because I know some people find it weird, some people want to do it but are afraid of it, so I want to recap all my experiences. My journey started with this book, Breath by James Nestor, and this is a little bit of a biased book. It kind of tells you that there would be world peace and no hunger anywhere in the world if everyone just breathed through their nose. So it's a little one-sided, a little bit biased, but it definitely raises very interesting points. So the whole concept of this book is that our nose is for breathing and our mouth is for chewing, and how modern life kind of changed that, how we don't have to chew as much anymore, how our nostrils and our facial structure over time developed in a way that it's harder for us to breathe through our nose, and how even people that don't do it from childhood and how babies can get different health effects from not breathing through their nose, how their facial structure changes, how their teeth get crooked. And obviously the whole idea is that over time, if you use your nose more for breathing, your facial structure can develop in the other way as well. You can get these sinuses broader and you can become more efficient at breathing through your nose. I'm similar to most people in the sense that I can't completely breathe through my nose, so I started using these nose strips only for sleeping initially, and what I found was it's just very refreshing to be able to breathe through my nose. I didn't find any other benefits in terms of my sleep, but I started using it during the day as well. So I was wearing nose strips 24/7, and what I found was training did improve. I managed to keep up nose breathing throughout the whole session, even during harder sets around the end with the harder last reps. And there's a very interesting thing that the book mentions, and I noticed it as well, that throughout the day, however crazy it sounds, which nostril you use alternates. So over time, during the day, kind of every 4-6 hours, you breathe through your nostril and through the other one later. And there was a very annoying time every day around 4 p.m. when my non-working nostril was due to do the work, and I just simply couldn't breathe through, and that's when these nose strips proved really useful. And now it comes to the more interesting part, mouth taping. And this is something I've been intrigued by for a very long time, but you hear crazy stories, right? You hear about people waking up in terror because they can't breathe or they find the feeling weird. I had a client that said it's really easy to kill you because someone can just sneak into your house, pinch your nose, and if your mouth is taped, you're dead. So all this made me a little bit wary, but one day I figured, okay, let's just try it. Nothing really happens. So I ordered these tape. It's called 3M micropore, so it's surgical tape, and the micropores help kind of your skin breathe, so it doesn't give you any issues. It's very hypoallergenic. And the way I tape is, I know a lot of people do like an X. I find it a little bit drastic. I also know people do just like a little bit of tape in the middle. I kind of don't like that for a personal reason, which is I get drooling on the corner of my mouth if I do that. So instead what I do is I just take a tape, I will lengthen it about this wide as my mouth is, and then I tear it off and I literally put it along my mouth, covering it. And it works really, really well. So initially I started using both the mouth tape and the nose strips at night at the same time. And what I found was over time, I could just completely abandon the nose strips. What's a huge shame is that I used to have an Oura ring and it broke. It doesn't work anymore. So I can't measure my sleep quality in that sense. I remember that back in the day with my Oura ring, whatever I tried, caffeine, light exposure, consistent bedtime, everything I tried didn't work, and I always had a sleep score of around 70. And I would love to see if this finally fixes it, and I will definitely update you guys on it if I manage to fix my Oura ring. The weirdest thing is, when I was a kid, I used to have braces only at night, and whenever I woke up after wearing them for 8 hours, my mouth felt really roomy. Right? It felt like everything had a lot of space to move around. My teeth felt a little bit loose. And the weirdest thing is, since using this, not for the first month, but after that and for 2 months now, I've been getting the same feeling when I wake up. It's really roomy, everything feels a little bit wiggly. So it will be really interesting to see 1, 5, 10 years down the line how it develops my teeth, how they might arrange a little bit more, and whether my facial structure changes accordingly as well, whether my jawline gets more prominent or not. So it's a really interesting long-term experiment for me. So to recap everything, I definitely know of people among my clients as well that would only benefit from taping while using nose strips as well, because they simply are so bad at breathing through their nose that taping only wouldn't help them, it would probably choke them. But I do think that there's borderline people as well who get the same benefits from only taping as they would from taping and nose stripping at the same time. I think you have zero issues to be worried about the whole concept. It's really easy to take off. So if anything bad happens, it happened to me only once during the 90 days that I had to wake up and I had to take it off because I couldn't breathe. But it wasn't a traumatic experience. It was a very gentle waking up. It wasn't like I couldn't breathe at all. I just wasn't getting enough air. So I think this in the long run will be life-changing. The cost of it is very low. The discomfort of it is also very, very low. So I highly recommend everyone to tape their mouth while they sleep. If you have any questions on the topic, please don't hesitate to contact me. I will leave my Instagram and my website in the description, and I will also leave links for all these products that I just mentioned I use, along with the book, in the same description box below. Any questions, let me know in the comments. If you found this video interesting or helpful in any way, I would really appreciate if you subscribed or considered liking. Thank you very much.